That's what 60 series Detroit like, if everything works properly. Nice, smooth, one tick at a time. You guys see my previous video, so I had problem with injectors. This information is very important. It will help somebody to how to solve the problem with the injector O-rings and injector cups. I took the injectors out, went home because I got another job, came back next day. Guess what? Injector cups are leaking. So I never dealt with injector cups before on a 60 series Detroit, so I ended up calling the Freightliner and bought 4 of them, and I had 2 of them leaking. And I was thinking somehow to put them in. Then I started making research. No, it's impossible. You actually have to remove the head. The reason why, because this goes inside of the head and this is sticking out in a combustion chamber. So what they do, they swell this out, this hole out, and then they cut it out how much they don't need. For reason being, if you pound it just from outside, and then like I watched one guy on YouTube, and then you make a taper rod and you pound it inside, and then it will swell the end off. Guess where you run into the problem? You're not gonna have enough for the injector tip. It might come out a little bit more, so it's not a right way to do it. So what I end up doing, if you look at my previous video, there's O-ring goes clear in the bottom of the injector cup, and then there's O-ring goes on top here, which I have it someplace, and then rest of the O-rings on the injector. This one, 1, 2, 3. So there's one more goes up here and another one up here. So what I end up doing with the cracked injector cup on the bottom, it had very little leakage. I used, what did I do with it now? So I cleaned the bore out, cleaned the injector out, and cleaned it with the injector set, and I put a ton of this stuff right here, and then I dip the O-ring in this anaerobic. So I put it back together, started up, it still was missing, come down to be injector number 2 was bad, delayed timing on it. So I pulled the injector out today, but not last night. I actually pressure tested system. I pumped it out to whatever the cap was saying, I believe was 14, 15 psi. I have no leaks. It's not a right way to fix it. Let me say this unpolitically correct. That's a Afro engineering, because that's more political now. Not trying to offend anybody, but this truck doesn't go far enough to worry about it. If something happens, it does blow it out, like injector cup blows up and start flooding the combustion chamber with the coolant, start smoking, whatever, no big deal. Like usually I'm 20 miles away from home, just gonna get a tow in. But if I would do over the road, obviously the proper way to fix is actually remove the head, either put a new head on it or put a new injector cups, if that would be over the road truck. This, like I said, maybe permanent, maybe temporary thing fixed. It's not a right way to fix. But what caused the problem, what we're holding injector in place, I don't think they were well tight, so the injector had a micro vibration, and like it was jumping inside of the injector cup, and actually wore the injector cup, made it really thin. So I think that's what it caused it. But now the truck actually runs. Air cleaner back on, and should be good to go. And I set all my injector, like this timing calc, somebody wrote it down up here in the valve cover, 160, 539. I set all mine as 75, 0.75. I believe that's how it goes. And with this old-fashioned tool, ProLink 9000. See, Detroit diesel. I don't know where I got this thing, but I have it. Or my dad got it. So it works very well. I have to put it back in the office. So that's all what I got. Hopefully this info helps somebody. If you do have one of these beaters, old Freightliners or whatever has Detroit in it, and you have injector cup problem, you need a kind of temporary solution or something like that till whatever your scenario is. it is possible to do it. So I just done it, anaerobic the injector cup, put it back in. I know it's, once again, I know it's not a right way, but it's good enough for me. Whatever happened to happen, I will keep you updated if shit goes downhill. Thanks for watching all.